you doing? Justin here. In this lesson today we're going to be talking about a thing called legato patterns. And what these are little ways of using hammer-ons and flick-offs to give you really nice, fairly easy to make fast, repeatable figures. Now all of the ones that we're going to be looking at to start off with have got 8 notes in them. It's kind of really 2 beats with each beat divided into 4 notes, 16 notes. And what we're going to do is suss out we're going to look at one pattern really to start off with, and then we're going to apply that pattern and use it both horizontally to move kind of up and down the neck and vertically to move across patterns. And it's really important that you understand that this one little idea here works in both directions. It works through any pattern, any pentatonic shape. Sometimes they're a bit harder than others to use. So some patterns will work good on one shape and they won't work so well on another. So it's kind of up to you to explore that a bit. I'm not going to try and go through and show you every way of playing the patterns. But if I just kind of give you a bit of a demo of one of them. So one of the patterns that we're going to look at, it's kind of pattern 2 on my tab sheet. If you go to the website and download that, it sounds, the actual pattern is this. But slowed down a little bit is. That's the pattern, it's just 8 notes. But it's important to realize that that pattern can be used to go up the neck or across the neck. So if we start here, move the same pattern again. It's the same shape, if you like, of pick, flick off, pick, pick, hammer on, pick, pick, flick off. That's the pattern. Same pattern as here. But we could move that one over the string. So and we've got a pretty cool lick. We could also use that one little same shape, same pattern to move up the neck by moving it from, say, in this example I'm going to use like box 2, box 3, box 4, box 5 of the Pentatonic. So you end up with and you see, I'm just really taken that little pattern and kind of moved it up through each of the minor pentatonic shapes. So let's go to a bit of a close-up and check out that particular pattern. Make sure that you're doing it right, and then I'll explain a little bit about how to move it around between the different boxes. Okay, so let's have a look at that little pattern now, nice and slow. So this is pattern 2, like I said on my tab sheet. So literally pick, flick, pick, pick, hammer on, pick, pick, flick off. And you really have to just practice that really slowly for a little while first. But slowly and smoothly, so you can just repeat it over again. You don't want to go. That would be really bad. Got to be. No, it doesn't matter the speed. It can be. Doesn't really matter. It's just about getting it right and smooth. Yeah. Eventually, of course. Now, it's important to realize here that this is part of that minor pentatonic. But the pattern is what you want to be learning. The pick, flick, pick, pick, hammer on, pick, pick, flick off. Because if we just take it down, for example, it's quite easy to move it now into box 1, minor pentatonic. I just chose that one really because it's nice and simple and the fingers aren't stretched out or anything. But here, the same pattern just works. Pick, flick, pick, pick, hammer on, pick, pick, flick off. And of course that works really, really well. So of course there'd be no harm, say, in moving from one to the next. You can really muck around with it. Now, if you're familiar with box 3 minor pentatonic, you could apply it here. This one's 13, 10, 12, 10, 13, 10, 13, 10. The next one moved up here will be 15, 13, 14, 13, 15, 12, 15, 13. A little bit harder because first finger's got to shift back, but again it's just from that minor pentatonic shape. Now again, moves up again into box 5. And of course, same pattern. If you're going to do that last bend, it needs to be a tone and a half. It's quite a tough one, but hopefully you get the idea. So the next thing that you really want to do is to take that one pattern I've shown you and apply it all over the fingerboard. Learn it really slowly, let it become instinctive, get it comfortable under your fingers, then try moving it horizontally up and down the fingerboard, changing between the different boxes and get that under your fingers. Then maybe try and use it vertically and stay within the one box shape or the one position and explore how you can use it there. Then maybe try and mix it up a little bit and move maybe, you know, one position over toward the ground and then one position up and then over and then up or whatever. Your creativity is the limit here. So you should be experimenting as much as you can. Then next up, we've got a whole bunch of different legato patterns. So you don't have to just use that one I've shown you. There are probably an infinite number. And what I've done is coupled together 6 that I think work real well. So you can go and download the tab from the website, which you'll probably find pretty helpful to be checking that out. But I'm going to do a little close-up now of each one of the different patterns. This one's pattern number 1. Here's pattern number 3. Pattern number 4. Pattern number 5. And lastly, pattern number 6, which is in groups of 6. This one, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now you've got loads and loads of patterns to be getting on with. And remember that you don't have to just stick to using the one pattern. You can kind of mix them up and use a bit of one pattern and then a bit of the next one and a bit of the next one. So finding which patterns work well within what boxes of the pentatonic scale is probably a good idea. As I mentioned earlier, you can also apply this to scales that aren't pentatonic. You can muck around with bits of the major scale. It's really the pattern there that you're trying to get to grips with here, and then you being the creative force now to find loads and loads of different ways of using it, because there are really infinite possibilities here. So hope you have a bit of fun with that and exploring this concept. Should keep you busy for quite some time. It's something that I still play about with because I just find it really interesting to find and kind of make up some new patterns and see what other ways I can apply them. So hope you have a bit of fun with that, and I'll see you for another lesson sometime real soon. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.